Good morning. Welcome to Trading Goals. I'm going to start. I have to hurry up, so I'm not gonna wait. So I'm gonna talk about something just to illustrate what to expect for the 5K list, mostly by looking at the options contract. So for instance, I'll start with cost because that's, I think I know Netflix went up, but it still hasn't broken the previous high. Cost is the one that has broken a previous high. So I just want to demonstrate what to expect for the rest of the stocks because we've not had a lot of action so far. Okay. So I'll just look at cost and then we'll see a few stocks and know what to expect for the rest of the week. So cost, what we discussed on Sunday, we were looking at stocks. So we were looking at the past 2 weeks. Excuse me. So the past 2 weeks, beginning the week of the 12th. So this is 12th. Then we're looking at the multiple of 10 that those stocks had hit on that week. So from the 12th to the 16th, you're looking at which multiple of 10 a stock had hit. So for cost, it had hit. We have a lot of smoke from the fires, so it's not been interesting the past week, so excuse my voice. So Costa did 880 the week from the 12th to the 16th. That was the multiple of 10 resistance. Then the next week, you want to see if it had broken above this previous multiple of 10. So we needed it to go to 890 or 900 the following week. So it meant this week was supposed to be having continuation. So we had 880 on the 15th. So it was falling on this week from 12 to 16. And then the next week it hit 891. So it broke this 880 multiple of 10 and hit the next multiple of 10, which is 890. Okay. So this week we wanted it to stay above 880 or above 890 and then ride it to the next multiple of 10, which is 900, which is what we've been waiting for because it hit that level. We hit 890, was it 895 back in July, July 8th. So since that time, we had a pullback and then now we were going back up. So our goal was to hit 910 and then the next multiple of 10. So after a stock hit a multiple of 10, your target, you're going to the next one, which is 8. After 8, 9, 10, it is 920. Okay, so that's what we were looking for at cost. So you wanted cost, and I'd even said last week when cost is above 880, you can swing. So it was above 880 on Monday. If you didn't take a call here, you had another opportunity here. It was still above 880. So it was 896 and then it broke 900 and then it was meant to hit 920 but got rejected. But from this level, if you held above 8, 9, 10, so we hit 900, 910, and then we rejected 920. So this, every time a stock is breaking 3 multiple of 10s, obviously, and you're looking at the ATR of that stock, you have to be cautious. I hope you guys are not expecting cost to go to 950. That's not possible. You're looking at the daily ATR and the weekly ATR. I hope you guys still look at ATR just to gauge your expectations. Okay. So when it comes to contracts, I'm going to start looking with first of all, the 900 call. And then we look at other strike price. So just to demonstrate what you are expected to look out for. So when you go to the 900 call, you go to the view, then you go to the chart, you want to see previously. So we know cost hit, it hit 895 back in July 10th. So this is the highest level this contract hit. It hit 2,000. Okay, so this is what you guys are gonna do with the 5K list. You want to see previously if that stock probably hit a multiple of 10 in the past 2 weeks or even before. Go see the high of that. The previous high of that contract. Okay, so here it was 2,000. Then it dropped all the way to 91 in July 30th, and then it went up. When it went up, it didn't even hit half. So half of this 2,000 was meant to be 1,000 for a retracement. It was supposed to go back to 1,000, half of this. But since it did not hit 1,000, that's considered a lower high. Even for the contracts, the same way we analyze stocks, you analyze contracts the same way. So here 91, it hit this 700 again, then another 700 again, which was like a double bottom, then it dropped. Okay, so we had here 91, and then we had 113 on Friday or even on Monday, still had an opportunity to get in. So the first goal, the minute it broke 50% was when it hit 1,000. Then it went and retested and broke above this previous high because you are expecting that stock to go and give you a new high. So it means it can either go first, your target is to exit. I'm going to pass along. So to exit at 2,000 or even slightly above it, or it can go all the way times 2, times 3, like that. But for it to just go back to, retest the previous high, it meant these contracts were meant to go back to 2,000. Okay, so that's what it did. It went back to 2,000 and even went slightly higher. So if cost continues going up, you're looking at this, you can consider this to be, it was half the move. So this was 50%. So if it is to go 100%, then this contract can go all the way to 4,000. Okay, so that's just a 900 call. If you're looking at 910, yesterday even 910 was viable, 905 was viable, 915 was viable. So we look at 910, we go to the contract. You want to go back and see the previous high. What was the previous high? 885. So you want how you're assuming that was half the move. We've talked about this. Okay. So 885, you're assuming that's probably it needs to go back to this level, or this is half the move. So it dropped from 885 to 29. So you're looking either it can go lower or create a higher low. That contract can create a higher low. So it came here. This was 19th. It was at 600 and something. And then here it hit 41. So this is 29. This is 41, is a higher low. The same way you analyze stocks, higher low, lower low, higher low, is the same way you do for these options contracts. So if you see here, it went up when cost went up on the 21st. It didn't even do, it did only half of this. So this is 800. It only did half of this, 400. So the next move, you want either to do this times 2, or you can do this 400 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5, like that. You're multiplying as those contracts go. So you have the 400 times 2 gets you to 800. The 400 times 3 gets you to 1,200. And that's what we did. We hit 1,200 and slightly broke above it. Okay. So that's what you're doing with those contracts, because we had 2 weeks ago, they hit a multiple of 10. Then these stocks either they pulled back and then they broke a multiple of 10. So we want to see continuation. All these stocks, we want to see continuation from them. If, if they're not going to the next multiple of 10, Then you're looking at puts, okay? So for instance, like Tesla, if it's not going to the next multiple of 10, you're looking at the previous week. What multiple of 10 did it approach or did it break? Okay, so Tesla, the week from 12th. So this is Monday, 12th to 16th. What level did we hit? We hit on the 15 to 16. Here it hit 219. It rejected 220. Okay, so it rejected 220 from the 12th to the 16th. And then the next week, you want to see if it broke above it. We broke above it to 220, but it did not hit 230. So come this week, you're looking at Monday, from Monday. If it does not touch 230, then you're looking at it going down. So then you're also looking at multiple of 10. You're looking at both ways, because if these stocks don't hit a multiple of 10 resistance, you're looking at a multiple of 10 support. So on Monday here, it was at 194. So it means it broke which multiple of 10? 200. Okay, 200. So the next, if it breaks that, you're watching for 190. Okay, then the next week, you see which multiple of 10. So this is Monday when Tesla came down. This is Monday, Tuesday. So on 22nd, Thursday, it broke, it touched which multiple of 10? To 10. Okay, so if a stock hits a multiple of 10, always anticipate the moment it has hit a multiple of 10, give that stock an opportunity. It will come back to that support. It has tested it. It will come back to it until you see a rejection up to 3 times. If it does not reject 3 times, just know it's going to break it. So our goal was 190. So last week, it broke. It touched 210. On the 26th, it rejected 210, hit 211. So this was the second time, give it 3 times. So this is what you saw yesterday. It broke. So this is Monday, came to 211, and then finally we broke that to 10. So Tesla decided to go down fast. We want to see, is it gonna break 200 and then go to our 190? Because those are the 2 weeks. You're analyzing 2 weeks. Which multiple of 10 support did that stock break? Okay, now the reason we're doing this is because the trend for Tesla was bearish. So there's no way we can just assume it's gonna go to 230, because we were bearish here. This was a pullback. Okay, it created 3 higher highs, and then now we want to see if it's going to have continuation. So continuation means you're looking at this previous support, which is 181. But this week, you're looking at those 2 levels. So it was either going to go to 230 or 200. Okay, 200, then 190. So that's how it's on a negative side for puts if you're looking at Tesla. Okay, so those are the negatives one. For cost, it was bullish because it was above 880, then you're riding it up. Okay, same thing for Netflix. Now Tesla, if you go to options, so you're looking both ways. So for puts, if it decides to go to 190, so let's say today Tesla decides to go to 190, you can look at 200 put, you can look at 195 put. You want to see, so let's say we start with 200, you want to see where it came from. Okay, so previously, the previous high, put this on 1 hour, then you see this contract was 2,500 when Tesla dropped post-year. Is it pre-year, post-year? 2,000, this contract hit 2,500. So since then, this contract has been going lower, lower, lower until it hit what? $58. Okay, 58. So we hit 58, and then you guys know yesterday from, when we were dropping, so this contract has been trying to push up. Okay, so right now we have it hit 92, and then it's been trying to push up to 110. So you're looking at if Tesla now decides, so here it didn't even do half of this. It did half. So this has been creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So you're looking both ways. Why? Because Tesla broke 210 support. So our target is 190 from the previous 2 weeks. And if it goes up, then it needs to go from, 200, 210, 220. Our target is 230. This strategy is not just 1 week. You can push it until those levels are hit. So for Tesla, on the side of puts, half of this should be 250. If it continues going down, that's what you're looking for, half of that, 250. And then on the side of calls, if Tesla decides, okay, I don't want anything to do with 200, it's above 210, you're riding it up, then you're looking at calls. So calls, so let's say you're looking at a 220 call, this 220 call, then you're looking at where did it come from, okay? So you guys know when Tesla was going up, if you're seeing it's a ridiculous amount, like here it's 5,700 back in July when Tesla hit 270. So you don't go that far because we are right now at 200 and 200, looking at possible going to 210, 200. There's no way you can expect Tesla to go to 270 in a week or 2 weeks. So you go and look at the previous lower high level, okay? So what is the previous lower high level? 1,285. So you want, if it's doing 50% retracement with calls, you want this contract to go halfway, at least half of this, or go back to this level. So you're looking at what? 600. Okay, so either direction. Why? Because Tesla broke 210 and it can go to 190, or Tesla can go back up. So you're looking at both direction. Whichever makes a decision, you look at your contracts, you know half of that. Okay, so that's for Tesla. If you go to Netflix, okay, so Netflix, we know Netflix hit 2711 last week on the 20th. So previous week, you guys know. Good morning. Hi. How are you? Okay. Okay. So previous week, the 12th to the 16th, this is the 12th. Netflix went to, I think it was 16th, 680. So we wanted the next week to see if it had broken above 680. It did, and went all the way to 711. So this week we are anticipating for continuation, Netflix to go to which level? 720, because it had broken which multiple of 10? 710. So our target is no longer 710, it's 720. So if it does not hit 720, expect what? Some pullback. Now you're looking at support also. So we needed it to be above. So this was the 12th. You want to see where it was coming from. The 12th, it was coming from 626, and the high was 680 on the 12th to 16th. So you wanted Netflix to be above which level? 680, 690, 700, like that. So 680, you start from the high of the past 2 weeks. So it was 680. We needed it on Monday to be above 680, 690, 6, like that. Okay, so this is Monday. On Friday, it broke 680. It was 678. Then on Monday, it was 681. So we needed it to be above 680. Now, come yesterday, it was above 680. That's what you're looking at. If you're looking at a 5-minute chart, we wanted it to be above 680. As long as it's above 680, you're riding it up. So we know it needed to break, retest 711, go to 620 is our target. But if it's not hitting that level, expect what? Pullback. Did it even touch 710? No. So you're getting out. Okay. So from 686, you are riding this Netflix to 710, of course, retest, and then 720. So here, when it didn't even touch 710, you're getting out and you see this pullback. It's a lower high, and even attempted, gave you like an opportunity. You have like a double top here, an M, riding it down. So you'd have gone up with it and then come back down with it. Okay. The reason is last week on Friday, it broke 680. Anytime a stock breaks a multiple of 10, always giving it an opportunity. Even if it gives you a higher low, just have it at the back of your head. It broke that support. All these multiple of 10s are strong support levels. If the market attempts to go below that level, just give it, it will try again and again. So even if it's pushing up, so if you're getting a lower high, just use that opportunity to get puts. Okay, so we broke 780 on Friday, 680 on Friday, and then here we created a higher low. Okay, so we still, whenever you're seeing a multiple of 10 has been broken, give it at least 3 days. Then finally we got another higher low, so we're riding it up. But because we broke 680, always know you have to wait to see now a clear higher low. If it's above 790, even, sorry, 690, even better. So today you're looking at that. Now, when it comes to contracts, you want to see previously. So when Netflix hit 711 last week, what was the high? So it broke 711. So let's say you're looking at a 7. Yesterday, you were looking at a 710 or 700 contract. Let's look at 700 because we were coming from 686. And you want to see the previous high. Okay. So this was on last week when Netflix hit what? It hit 711. This contract came from 81, went all the way to 2,100. So the first move, always anticipate the first move. You're going to get a 50% retracement fast. Always anticipate. You want that contract to give you 50%. This one went over and about. So on this day, yesterday, you'd have gotten in and expected this contract to go at least, because it had gone to 21, you wanted it to be above what? 1,000. So even if you're getting out at 1,000, you've hit the 50% retracement. So if you're getting this 700 call, this is on Monday, it was at 251. Okay, then it went to 1,300. So this has given you over a half of the move. So you want to see if we'll get this move down. If this contract gets a higher low or it goes lower than this, even better. This can be a lotto play. And now this contract still has not retested our 2,100. Okay, so that's still a possibility. If it breaks 711, then that's what you're watching for. 720, it can go even higher. Okay, if you look at a 7, that was a 700 call, a 710. So that's what you're doing for all those contracts this week, all those plays, 5K plays. So this one on 20th, when Netflix went to 711, this contract came from 29 to 1,500. So yesterday we needed it to do what? Go at least half of this. What is half of 1,500? 750. So 50% retracement. It didn't touch 750, so you can't be exiting. Anything from 700, you're getting out. Okay, so this was a good play, 140 to 744. So it did not touch 50%, but this was very close. So you're getting out, and then you're getting puts, because the minute is not touching, it didn't even touch 710. That was the clear lower high. You could have gotten puts and then ride it back down, because why are you doing that? Because it broke below 680. Always know when a stock breaks a multiple of 10, there's a high chance it will try to come back down there. Okay, so that's what happened to Netflix. Now, Nvidia is reporting earnings. So, NVIDIA, we had hit what? 140. So if NVIDIA is going up, our target will be what? 150. Okay, so we came down. We went all the way and broke even 100. So you just know when it broke 100, you're going up, your target will be what? 150. This is where you're going long. If you look at this is the daily, look at these candles. From when it had a change of character here, you're counting. You're getting 6 higher highs or 9 higher highs. So this has been going sideways. You guys know I like when stocks are going to report earnings. You have either that stock had a trend before or it was going sideways. And NVIDIA is giving us what? The sideways move. So it's reporting earnings 28. 28 is today. Should be today. We usually reports on Wednesday. So I love NVIDIA when it's going sideways before, or any stock when it's going sideways before earnings, because either somebody is accumulating or somebody is distributing. Somebody is selling, then they report earnings and it drops, or somebody is buying, report earnings and goes up. Okay, so if you look at contracts, you're somebody who wants to gamble. Let's see. Okay, so when you look at the chart, NVIDIA 2 weeks ago, the 12th to the 16th. So NVIDIA is in the Lotto list, I think, is it? So the ones that can be 50-50, let's see, NVIDIA. Yeah, we have AVGO, KLAC, MRVL, NVIDIA on. They're the ones which are Lotto lists, and ADI. The rest bearish and tired of being bearish. So that should scare you. So that should not make you just assume it's gonna go up. It's gonna be 50-50. Lotto, the RSI is in the middle. So this is what happened. We hit so the 12th, we had this 120. Okay, so we broke above 120. This is Friday. And then the next week we hit 130. So we broke a multiple of 10, we hit 130. So this week our goal is to go to 150, 140. And when the previous height had hit 140, so it means if we have continuation, we're looking at 150, 160, like that. Okay, so above which level? Above 120. Okay, so here we hit 130, 130, then it dropped, it pulled back. This is the move we got was it Thursday or Wednesday when it had the engulfing candles. So we dropped to 123, but we still held above 120. Then the next day it's above 120, you're riding it up. Okay, it was above 120. We still hit so we crossed above 130, but we didn't go to 140. So what are you doing? You're getting puts. As long as it's not going to the next multiple of 10, you're getting puts. Okay, so it came down, still held above 120, still riding it up. And this can be scalping opportunities. I mean, from 129 to 123 to 129 for NVIDIA, it did a split. Still good for scalping. Okay, so today we really need it above 130, or it can go because it has approached 120, and we know NVIDIA went and broke 90. So if it's dropping, our target is 80. If it's going up, our target is 150. So it's in the middle. It's a lot of, can be any direction. So if we look at calls, so let's look at 130, 140. Volatility is above 100. The delta doesn't look so good. So 140. This is a call. Where did we come from? So 1 hour we came from. So when NVIDIA hit that 140 back in July, this contract went to 1,000, okay? Then it dropped all the way to 38, okay? So when the move happened, this is the 8th of August, this is about 3 weeks ago. This contract went up, but it didn't do half. We needed it to hit what, 500. So it didn't do half, it did 395. And then now it's down here. So if we are going to go up, then it means it needs to go and break that 1,000. If it's going higher than that, twice as that move, so 2,000. If not, look at puts. So we are at 120. So let's look at a one. Puts are expensive like this. Oh, this is calls. Puts. So puts look also, so let's say 110. Okay, where did we come from? So when you guys know, NVIDIA dropped all the way to 90. So this was, this contract went all the way to 2,200. Was it higher? Yeah, so 2,200. So since then, it dropped all the way to 74. So you guys can see it's a 50-50. Both puts and calls is a 50-50 chance because NVIDIA is in the Lotto list. Okay? Anyone? So how about this? It can go to 1,100. I sometimes earnings, it's a gamble. If you want to gamble, that's sometimes how it is. But because we broke that 120, it can be either direction. The RSI is in the middle. Okay, so that's for NVIDIA. If you look at Alta, the same thing. So Alta 2 weeks ago, and Alta is reporting tomorrow. Alta is still in the bearish. No, Alta is in the third of being bearish. Okay, so we hit, this is when we hit 52-week low. We hit 318. We had this pullback. We only got what? 3 higher highs. So why is Alta gonna be interesting? It's going sideways. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 candles inside this range candle. It's reporting earnings tomorrow after market close. Okay, so if we look at our strategy 2 weeks ago, you guys know Alta had a breakout. It was in the Lotto list last week. It should be this week. I told you guys there are too many stocks, but all you need to do is go back 2 weeks, and then you want to see the last week if we broke a multiple of 10. So this is the 15th. So we had hit 384 when it broke out, and then by Friday, we had not touched 390. The next week, we touched what? On Monday, we hit 392. So we broke which level? 390. So our next target should be what? Should be 400. And then when you go to the daily, so this previous high, lower high, this was we have 421. Okay, we did 413 and 421. So if net Alta decides to go up, then it means our target will be 430 because it broke this, here we have 421. So it had broken 420 multiple of 10. So the next target level will be 430. And then if Alta is bullish for earnings, it means you're going to have a change of character if it's above what? 421. Okay. Contracts. So this is giving you, if this is Alta's been, those stocks that are tired of being bearish, you can either get a pullback or a bearish continuation. So it means if it doesn't go to that 430 level, you're looking at it going below 318 and giving us a new low. So it had broken 320. The next target should be 310, 300, like that. Okay. We're looking at calls. So calls, let's look at a 420 call. Let's say it's going up. It's been long. That was so in July 12th, this contract was at 1600. Okay, when it started pushing up, let's see if it did 50%. This is, let's see, 1 hour. Okay, so this is 1600. And then when we had that move on the 19th, this contract did not, oh, it did. So 877, it did 50%. This is 1600. We needed 800. So 45, it went to. This is how you do those. If you see those stocks in the lotto list, this is how the analysis you do for the contracts, please. Okay. So it broke 50%, retracement 882. Then now this contract has dropped from this level. We saw Alta coming down. So this contract is at 146 or something. You can look at a so it means if it's going up, this contract can go back to 1600, or you multiply by 2, what do you get? 3,200. Puts. So we are at 3. We are at 370. So we're looking at puts. 340 is a 220, 335. Let's look at 335. Previous high, 2,300. Okay, so we want half of these. That is 1,150. Okay, something like that. Okay, so half of the move. So we still have Alta is reporting. Today is Wednesday, tomorrow. Okay, mostly those stocks that are usually better when it comes to earnings, gamble, lotto list, stocks under lotto list, stocks that are momentum, stocks that are under bearish, possible pullback. Now this one can be 50-50 because this stock, either it had pullback. So if we look at Alta, we had pullback. So if it creates a lower Alta. Okay, so if we look at the daily, so as long as we were bearish. It's been tired of being bearish. It's been bearish since this is March, beginning of the year. I mean, it's months. It's been going down, creating new lows. So if this stock pulls back and it's not doing 50% retracement, 574 So 574 minus 318 divided by 2 plus 318. So for it to pull back, 50% retracement is needed to go to 446. So we didn't even touch 400. So this is a lower high. So it's a 50-50 chance. We only got 3 higher high candles, and then now we're going sideways. So it can give us either that 50% or we're going to get bearish continuation. Why? It's been a stock that has been trending down for months. Okay. I can't just confidently tell you, oh, it will go up. Depending on what they tell us, it's been suffering the past earnings here. It went up and then it was still a lower high. Went sideways. It was consolidating for this number of days. Okay. Somebody was distributing and then finally we dropped. The last year, we had that massive drop also. So these earnings, we dropped and then it continued lower, lower. So since the past 2 earnings, they've not been doing well. Okay. So depending on what they tell us, those are the things you're looking at. Alta is always good post ER. Alta is good post ER, if you guys can see. So these earnings went sideways and we dropped here. So you keep track of it. This ER, it continued down. So it's a good stock post ER, especially the day after. Okay. It's always good. It's usually a Friday. Okay. It's usually a Friday. And then, so it's either direction, whatever it decides to tell us. So if it's dropping, if it doesn't give us 318, it will be a higher low. We'll be getting calls. If it's going up, then it means we're looking at going to 446, something like that. Okay. So you're looking at contracts and you start planning. All those stocks, they haven't moved. We only have Coast and Netflix. The rest have not made some move. Meta, the same thing. Okay. So Meta, we hit 544 and then we're having this. Okay. We broke 530 2 weeks ago, and then last week broke 540. So our target is 550. But Meta broke 5. What did it? This is so it broke 530 support. So we need Meta above 530 for us to ride it up. But because it broke, okay, so you're looking at it on you're looking the previous week. It had broke 530, and then come Monday, it broke 520. So if it breaks a 520, you're looking at what? At least 3 days. So we have here 514, rejected 510, 514 yesterday, rejected 510. So today we want to see if it rejects 510 the third day, we're riding it up. Our goal is 550. Look at the contracts. Calls. At least Meta doesn't look bad. So you have 540 call. So where did it come from? When it hit 540, last week, this contract, 1290. Then it dropped. All those dropping, 72. So half of that, you want 635, 645, something like that. 600, you should be able to take profit. Puts, if it continues down, we know previously Meta had broken below 500, below 490. And whenever it goes below 500, always it goes to 480. Okay. So puts 505, even 500. So previous high. So if it's coming from far, like here, 5,500, you look at the previous lower high level. So we have these, and then we have these 2,500, this one. So we want half of that, which is 1,250. Okay. So this strategy, you're looking at it both ways. You can't just be saying there and praying it's going up. Not unless Meta is above 530, there's a possibility it can go to 510. Why? Because it broke 520, it went to 514. 514, we have double bottom. We want to see today. If it rejects 510, then you're riding it up. Okay. If it doesn't hit 550, you're riding it back down. Okay. Then QQQ, the same thing. SPY and QQQ this week is the same thing. QQQ broke above. So the previous week it was 470. Last week it broke above 480. So now this week we want it to go to 490, but we need QQQ above 480. Now QQQ, it needs to have, it's in the 1, 2, 3 pullback strategy. Okay, so you're looking at bullish. It needs to have 3 lower lows. Now with this strategy, like I've gone back, it counts even these as long as a lower low. So we have here, this is the first one. We had a second one when it broke 473, went to 471. And because it approached 470, okay, you give it what? Another opportunity. So if it rejects going to 470, then it means it has done the 3 lower lows and then it wants to go back. It has done the pullback, it wants to go back up. 490 is our target. But we know this stock, this ETF, we broke above 500. So our goal, if we're having continuation up, we're looking at 510. If we're ever above 490, 500, we're looking at 510. If not, you expect bearish continuation. We broke 430, we rejected 420. Okay, this is long term. August forgave us. I don't know about September. Usually August, September, October, they are bearish months. So let's see how it's going to be. We already got, the thing is, we started pulling back mid-July. That's why you're seeing this move. We reversed mid-July, and now we are pulling back. So if we're not going to previous highs, then it means September we might see these continuations. Okay, so that's for QQQ, SPY. Now, QQQ today, it needs to be above, for you to get calls, it needs to be above previous day high. So this, if QQQ is above 477.83, ride it up. We need it for 80, for 90. If it doesn't break for 80, 3 days. So this was Tuesday. This is Monday. Monday, it was coming from 480, so it dropped. So this is the first attempt here. We failed. Today, we want to see if we have 3 days of failing to break 480, plan for puts, SPY. So SPY, when we had the engulfing candle on Wednesday, it hit 554, and then we started going up. Then we had 3 triple tops, 563, 563, we've hit it 3 times, and then we had a lower high yesterday. It didn't even touch 563. Okay, so either we going to retest for that 554, go lower, so our target is 550, or we go back to 570, but we are yet to retest. So SPY is really close to this retestable previous high, which is 565. If we don't, plan for puts. Kwaherini. Tosh, sign us off. Tosh or Roslyn, whoever can. Donna. Donna, sign us off.
Sure, let's go make this money, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.